assumptions they're not even aware they're making about what they're trying to accomplish. So to give you an example, a client we've worked with at PromptWorks had an application for measuring the return on investment for retrofitting buildings to make them more energy efficient. So they had to be able to calculate what will the savings be if we put in insulation or replace the light bulbs and so forth. And they had a model for doing that. But the model was kind of weak. It didn't always work out. So they came with a list of, change these assumptions, change those assumptions, redo the model. So we said, okay, that's potentially a good solution. But let's step back and look at the bigger picture. What else could we do here? So what we ended up doing was a statistical sort of regression approach instead. Rather than making assumptions about what would make the model better, we actually measured our variables independently to see which ones were having effects, and did it really validated against data rather than just making assumptions. This is another example of the sort of thing I'm talking about. So to pull this even a little further, let's start tying it to the contract process. When you look at a traditional fixed scope, fixed price contract, there's a real subtext to it culturally, that it's really implying sort of a typical Western style hierarchical relationship with your client. So what do I mean by that exactly? You're all probably familiar with this. This is what they call the project management iron triangle. At any project, there's a schedule and a scope and a cost. And when you're working with a client in a sort of fixed scope and price situation, they have a natural motivation to try to squeeze all three sides of this if they can. To get the scope, all the features that they want to build, the price and the schedule,